The drill bit screamed into my pasture at 7 sharp, a Tuesday in early March when the air still carried the sweet bite of thawing earth. I stepped onto the porch in my robe, coffee in one hand, disbelief in the other. 2 white trucks with Pine Ridge HOA logos, a flatbed hauling a full-size rig, and 4 men in orange vests already uncoiling cable across my gate. I crossed the yard in boots I hadn't laced. "This is Harlan land," I called. "You're on the wrong side of the fence." The foreman, Curtis with a clipboard and a sunburned neck, didn't look up. "Water survey, sir." "Board approved." "Emergency drought protocol." "I own the drought," I said, "and the water under it." "Show me the permit." He handed over a single sheet. "Pine Ridge HOA memo, no county seal, no signature beyond a scrawled initial. Includes border parcels under easement allowance." My parcel sat a quarter-mile outside their plat. The paper smelled of fresh toner and arrogance. I took a photo, sent it to Sheriff Daniels with one line, "They're drilling." Now, by noon the bit had chewed 30 feet. The smell hit first, rotten eggs and hot pennies. Then the ground oozed yellow froth around the pipe. The youngest worker, Miller, gagged behind his mask. Curtis kept the rig running, eyes on the depth gauge like a man betting his house. I called Rebecca Storm, environmental lawyer who'd sued polluters from Denver to Dallas. She answered on the first ring. "Send coordinates and footage. We're coming." Jack Perkins, retired Corps engineer and my oldest friend, arrived before lunch with a soil probe and a grim face. "They hit a sulfur vein," he said, kneeling in the slime. "Deep, unstable, and spreading. Your well's next." He scraped a sample into a vial, sealed it, labeled it with a Sharpie. "Evidence," he said. "Chain of custody starts now." That night the HOA emailed the neighborhood. "Minor hydrological survey proceeding as planned. Tree stress is seasonal. Please water less." My trees were already curling at the edges. I walked the fence line with a flashlight, counting brown tips like casualties. The creek that fed my stock tank ran cloudy, a faint yellow sheen on the surface. Day 3 the first oak collapsed across the HOA fence, roots black and dripping. Day 4 the creek smelled like struck matches. Day 5 my well tasted of sulfur and regret. I sealed it, switched to rainwater, and started a log. Date, time, smell, color, tree count. Every entry inked in block letters, the way I'd logged bridge inspections in the Corps. Denise Whitaker, next-door neighbor and landscaping committee chair, knocked at dusk. Her eyes were red, her daughter's cough echoing from the porch. "They told us not to talk," she whispered. "Said it would tank property values." "My girl's been vomiting since yesterday." I handed her a jar of creek water. "Test it. Then decide what your silence is worth." She took the jar and didn't look back. Week 2 the HOA doubled down. Landscapers ripped out dying hedges, laid fresh sod over poisoned soil, sprayed perfume to mask the stench. They issued a newsletter addressing seasonal fungus. "Community unity is our strength." They scheduled a wine and cheese tree health update for Friday. I uploaded the first video, drill footage, sulfur runoff, dying trees, HOA newsletter side by side. 30,000 views in 24 hours. Comments poured in. HOA horror stories from 3 states. Someone tagged the EPA. Rebecca filed emergency injunction. Judge Ramirez granted it the same day. Seesaw operations. Preserve evidence. State inspectors scheduled for Monday. The HOA responded with a midnight raid. Trucks rolled in under cover of darkness, dug up the bore hole, hauled away the rig, spread fresh dirt like nothing happened. My cameras caught every license plate, every face, every lie. Jack called at dawn. "They're trying to bury the evidence." "We've got enough." The lab results arrived Tuesday. Hydrogen sulfide 8.3 milligrams per kilogram, pH 3.9, irreversible root death. Source, breached sulfur deposit. Cause, unauthorized drilling. I printed the report, highlighted every line, and nailed it to the HOA clubhouse door. Week 3 the neighborhood cracked. James Whitaker quit the board. Barbara Lang started a petition. 47 signatures in 48 hours. The interim board called an emergency meeting, open to all. I walked in with Rebecca, Jack, and a stack of lab reports. The room smelled of fear and cheap coffee. Nancy Tillman, HOA president, stood at the podium. "This is a coordinated attack on community standards. Rebecca cut her off. It's a coordinated cover-up of criminal negligence. She laid the evidence on the table like a royal flush. The vote was 76 to 24. Board dissolved. Nancy resigned that night. Paul Sanderson filed the civil suit Friday. Trespass, property damage, environmental negligence, fraud. We asked for $375,000 and a public apology. They offered it Monday. The apology ran in the local paper, full page. Pine Ridge HOA admits unauthorized drilling, sulfur contamination, and attempts to conceal evidence. We apologize to Mr. Harlan and all affected residents. I framed it above the fireplace. I turned the poisoned corner into a learning plot. Raised beds, native grasses, sulfur-tolerant wildflowers. Kids from the local school plant seedlings every spring. The sign reads, "What power forgets, the land remembers." Some nights I sit on the porch, coffee gone cold, stars thick as spilled salt. The land hums with crickets, not drills. Nancy moved to Arizona. The HOA rewrote its charter. No off-site projects, no secret votes, no more perfume over poison. Chase, my grandson, asks why the bad lady drilled our dirt. I tell him some folks mistake control for community. They forget the ground keeps score. He nods, then runs to chase fireflies. The cameras still run, but now they catch laughter, not lies. The county adopted my checklist for HOA filings. State legislature passed the Harlan Act. Verify covenants before assessments. No private patrol without charter. Fines capped at $50 without court order. Marcus got a commendation. Rebecca took on 3 more cases pro bono. The feds kept digging, found Nancy's templates in HOA forums nationwide. The ripple kept spreading. 1 year later, the workshop hosts 50 families a month. We teach plat maps, statute reading, how to spot a forged seal. Chase demonstrates the trail cam to wide-eyed kids. The oak tree still stands, initials carved deeper by wind and time. Some victories save one pasture. Others save a way of life. Now it's your turn. In the comments, tell me straight. When a clipboard army poisons your peace, do you negotiate, litigate, or load truth and let the land sort the wreckage? I read every reply. The porch light's on, the coffee's fresh, and the roots run deep.